Stop what you are doing and look at the breakfast plate sitting in front of you, because it could be the very reason you are waking up 5 times a night to struggle in the bathroom. Most seniors over 50 have been told their whole lives that a heart-healthy bowl of cereal, a glass of milk, or a quick muffin is the fuel they need to start the day. You have been fed a massive, dangerous lie that is slowly suffocating your vitality. I am Dr. Ethan Whitmore, and today I am breaking the silence on a biological crisis happening in kitchens across the world. I love my father more than my life, and when I saw what he was eating every morning, I realized I had to step in before it was too late. These foods aren't just aging you, they are acting as high-octane fuel for your prostate, causing it to swell, inflame, and eventually shut down your urinary flow. If you value your freedom and want to avoid the terrifying catheter trap, do not skip a single second of this rescue mission. To understand the danger, you have to realize that your prostate is the most sensitive organ in a man's body when it comes to growth signals. It is like a biological sponge that absorbs every chemical and hormone you put into your system. When you hit 50, your body's ability to regulate these growth signals weakens, and suddenly, your prostate begins to expand like a balloon inside a cardboard box. This isn't just a natural part of getting older. It is a mechanical response to the prostate fertilizer you are eating for breakfast. This swelling creates a literal chokehold on your urethra, the tube that carries urine out of your body. Imagine trying to water your garden with a hose that has a 50-pound weight sitting on it. That is exactly what is happening inside you. Today, I am going to expose the 5 healthy breakfast traps that are feeding this fire, and why the first one, the milk and cereal trap, is the most deceptive of them all. The biggest myth in modern nutrition is that a tall glass of milk is building your bones. In reality, for a man over 50, it is building your prostate tumor. Research from the Harvard School of Public Health has shown a terrifying link between dairy products, especially skim milk, and prostate enlargement. The reason is a hormone called IGF-1, or insulin-like growth factor. Milk is designed by nature to make a small calf grow into a 1,000-pound cow in a matter of months. It is packed with growth instructions. When you drink it, you are flooding your system with IGF-1, which sends a direct divide and conquer signal to your prostate cells. My father thought he was staying strong, but he was actually feeding the very tissue that was blocking his bladder. If you see your prostate as a weed, IGF-1 is the premium fertilizer that ensures it keeps growing until you can't pee at all. But as bad as milk is, the healthy grain you're pouring it over might be even worse. We have been brainwashed to believe that instant oats and honey nut granola are the gold standard for heart health. This is a scientific tragedy. Most commercial oatmeal and granola bars are nothing more than hidden sugar bombs and refined carbohydrates that create a massive insulin spike the moment they hit your bloodstream. Chronic high insulin levels have been directly linked in clinical studies to chronic inflammation and the rapid proliferation of prostate tissue. Think of insulin as a key that opens the door for growth. Too much of it, and your prostate cells start multiplying uncontrollably. You think you're eating fiber, but your body sees a flood of glucose that triggers a hormonal cascade, keeping you in the bathroom all night long. This is why you feel that heavy pressure in your lower pelvis just hours after eating. If you think your oatmeal is safe, wait until you hear about the morning meat ritual that is causing invisible scarring inside your tissues. For many men, a real breakfast includes bacon, sausage, or processed ham. While you might enjoy the protein, your prostate is screaming in agony. Processed meats are loaded with nitrates and heterocyclic amines, HCAs, which are toxic compounds formed when these meats are cured or cooked at high heat. Peer-reviewed research indicates that men who regularly consume processed red meats have a 40% higher risk of aggressive prostate inflammation and cell mutation. These chemicals act as mutagens, causing microscopic damage and oxidative stress directly within the prostate gland. Every bite of that processed sausage is sending a signal to your body to inflame and expand. It is like pouring acid on a wound. The more you eat it, the more your prostate swells to protect itself, eventually leading to a complete urinary blockage. But there is a silent killer sitting in your egg carton that most doctors are too afraid to mention. Now, I want to be very clear about this next point. Eggs are a nutritional powerhouse, but for a man over 50, the dose makes the poison. While having 2 to 3 eggs a week is perfectly fine and even healthy, most men are eating a multiple egg omelet or fried eggs every single morning. Large-scale studies, including the Capsure cohort and research published in the British Medical Journal, have found a disturbing link between high egg consumption, specifically more than 5 per week, and the risk of advanced, lethal prostate cancer. The culprit? It is the high concentration of choline and arachidonic acid found in the yolks. When consumed in excess, these compounds promote aggressive cellular growth and systemic inflammation within the prostate gland. If you are eating eggs daily, you are essentially stoking the fire of BPH symptoms. You don't have to quit them forever, but if you don't limit them, you are playing a dangerous game with your urinary health. Beyond the eggs and the meat, we have the saturated fat bombs, the fried items, buttery pastries, and high-fat muffins that many seniors turn to for convenience. These foods are packed with saturated and trans fats that trigger a state of systemic inflammation. A diet high in these Western fats has been shown in multiple studies to promote benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, by increasing oxidative stress. This oxidative stress acts like rust inside your arteries and your prostate, breaking down the delicate cellular structures and causing the gland to thicken and harden. When your prostate hardens, it loses its elasticity, making the urinary chokehold even tighter and more painful. You are essentially asking your body to function while being clogged with industrial-grade sludge. My father was addicted to his morning buttered toast and fried eggs until I showed him the imaging of what that fat was doing to his internal circulation. The reason I am so passionate about this is because the prostate shutdown doesn't happen overnight. It is a slow, silent erosion of your freedom. By the time you are sitting in a urologist's office being told you need a catheter or a TURP surgery, the growth signals from your breakfast have already done years of damage. This is what I call the systemic sabotage. The medical industry is happy to give you a pill to manage the symptoms, but those pills often come with side effects like dizziness and loss of libido. They never tell you to stop feeding the growth at the source. My mission with Senior Urovex is to give you back the control that the big food companies took away. You don't have to be a victim of your own anatomy. You can flip the switch today and move from a state of growth to a state of recovery just by changing what you put on your plate tomorrow morning. If I took these foods away from my father, what did I give him instead? To shrink the prostate and clear the sludge, you need foods that provide growth inhibitors and anti-inflammatory compounds. First, replace that dairy milk with unsweetened almond or coconut milk, or better yet, a cup of high-quality green tea, which is rich in EGCG, a polyphenol that research suggests can actually inhibit prostate cell growth. Second, swap the processed oats for raw pumpkin seeds and walnuts. Pumpkin seeds are a powerhouse of zinc and phytosterols, which have been shown to reduce BPH symptoms and support a healthy urinary flow. Third, instead of bacon or excessive eggs, reach for antioxidant-rich fruits like pomegranates or blueberries. These superfruits act as a biological shield, neutralizing the oxidative stress that causes your prostate to swell. This isn't just a diet. It is an internal rescue mission for your manhood. When you finally stop feeding the prostate growth, the results are almost miraculous. Within just 14 days of removing these morning poisons, most men notice a significant change in their stream. You will wake up feeling lighter, the nagging pressure in your lower abdomen will begin to fade, and those midnight trips to the bathroom will drop from 4 times a night to maybe 1 or even 0. Your brain fog will lift because you are finally getting the deep, restorative sleep your body has been craving for years. My father went from struggling to empty his bladder to feeling like a man 20 years younger, all because he stopped the IGF-1 and insulin attacks every morning. You are not broken, and you are not just old. You are simply misinformed. Today, you have the truth, and the truth is the first step toward reclaiming your vitality and your future. Take action now. Protect your prostate, purify your blood, and reclaim the strength you were born to have. I am Dr. Ethan Whitmore, and I will see you in the next rescue mission.